Hello and welcome to another episode of Baering the List, an ongoing series where I use Tier Maker, who are not a sponsor, but if they want to become one, let me know, Tier Maker. I use Tier Maker to rank things, things from wrestling, movies and music, and video games and anime, as we're seeing here. Now, last week I did Gundam Wing pilots. Pilots who have piloted Gundams in the Gundam Wing universe. And this time around, I'm going to look at mobile suits. Now, I'm going to specifically look at Endless Waltz because I was asked in a comment in my previous video, did I think that the Heavy Arms custom for Endless Waltz was S tier? So, eventually I might do the mobile suits or just the Gundams from the regular television series, the 49 episode of Gundam Wing. I'm looking at the Endless Waltz OVA/movie. Now, I made this list, and I apologize that I did not do a great job cropping. I could have tried to make the images uniform before I uploaded it. I didn't do that, so you can see they don't look great, and I apologize for that, but also I'm not fixing it. This is my second one. And I'm just happy to use it. So congrats out there to everybody who uses Tier Maker that keeps everything uniform and looking nice. I'm going to be using your lists in the future, but this time around, here's one of mine. In the comments below, let me know not only what you'd like to see me do in the future as far as a ranking, but where you think. Do you think that I put these too low, too high? We'll get into it right now. So, the Death Scythe. Yeah. It's time to rank the Death Scythe. Now, obviously, the Death Scythe is an S tier. Death Scythe Hell Custom is, in my opinion, either the best or second best Death Scythe. I would say that the third best Death Scythe is the Death Scythe Hell because I think that the wing flaps aren't that cool. And also, while I do think the double blade rules, I think the original has such a unique, interesting design. And then this one, I think, fixes my complaints about the wings. Because it is still a cloaking system, and as most of the kits have an older vibe to them in Endless Waltz, it feels like kind of worn, and the colors are a bit more muted. I think that it fits the Death Scythe so well. I think going back to the original Scythe is great. Do I miss the drone? Not really. Having an alternate weapon, maybe, but it's all about the Scythe, my friend. And I think this Scythe looks great. I think it's got Batman vibes. And the Death Scythe is the Batman of Gundam Wing. But, hell yeah. It just rules. It's easily S tier. Okay, so Heavy Arms Custom. As I said, there was a comment that asked me, is it S tier? And the answer is no, it's A tier. And I'll explain why. Now, here's the thing. You out there at home might say, well, I like that it has the double, like the 4 guns in its hands. It can drop them. It can put them on its shoulders. I like that it has even more has a lot more missile launchers. And yeah, those things are great. You may think that the palette of it is an improvement, and that's where I disagree. Do I think the colors look great? Of course I do. I think that they look lovely. But I miss that red and orange because you don't see it. It made the Heavy Arms stand out. And the other thing the Heavy Arms has, which there's no room for in this kit, and I get it, is just the knife blade, like the pop-out blade. Like, what? It was the whole thing. It's the Heavy Arms. It's meant to shoot things, but then it's just got like a knife. It's like, I got a knife. Like, you're losing that. This thing should have 2 knives. It should have double wrist blades. Or it should have like bayonets. I don't know. But it should have kept the knife. So that keeps it A tier. Although I do think the design is fantastic. Okay. Sandrock. Now, this image of the Sandrock keeps it takes away the one thing that's cool. 1, I think the colors are cool. I think the muted colors are great. And 2, the cloak. Oh, I could not find a good photo of the cloak that fit with the other art here. Oh, I wanted to include the cloak. Because the cloak makes it a B tier. Whereas I think that the Sandrock is C tier. Spoilers for when I eventually do just the Gundams or mobile suits of Gundam Wing, non-endless waltz versions. That's a C tier kit because it's just a shittier version of Wing. It's Wing without any of the good parts. It looks like a main Gundam of a worse show. So yeah, I'm putting it there. I think that the cloak makes it B tier. I think it's a boring kit for a boring but necessary pilot. Uh, what's the? I'm gonna look up this is MMS 01 from the army there, the Serpent. So the Serpent, it's got rocket launchers. It's a sequel to the Leo. It is derivative of the Leo or whatever. Next in line, mass-produced unit. It has the heavy arms gun or as a beam cannon. What it does not have, which I love, is it in no way, at no point. I literally have a pop-up that's underneath me, so I apologize for that. I'm not going to re-record this. It doesn't have the double. Well, double would have been kind of cool. Like, I like its weapons. As far as a thing that's going to get beamed through, shot down, blown up, it's B tier. It's good. I think that it could be cooler. I think the color makes sense in this world being muted, but it doesn't really do it any favors. The Serpent is fine. It's no Taurus or Leo. Like, that, it's not. Tall Geese 3, S tier. Okay, so the Tall Geese. We are taking all the beauty, all of the knight, the chivalry of the Tall Geese. A real gentleman's or gentle person's, I should say, a gentle person's mobile suit. And it amps it up. The color looks beautiful, even in this, even in the kind of dark, dreary, endless waltz universe. But it still has the whip. It still has the whip. Now, it doesn't transform, so it's not the tail, but it's the whip. And I love the shield whip combination. I think along with its weaponry, it's beautiful. And it's just, I love that it's not the Epion custom, that they were like, no, we're going to make a new Tall Geese. Imagine that they were just, and they were like, well, we're going to take the good parts of the Epion, but we still want to just make a mobile suit, and we'll call it the Tall Geese 3. It's beautiful. Okay. Wing Zero. Now, it feels weird, the Wing Zero custom, feels weird to have a Wing Gundam that doesn't transform into a plane. It's weird. Now, the transformations are never great and aren't really honestly used a lot, but are cool. They're a cool thing, and they're a cool thing in Gundam. But then you also, the other time, wings. Now, as someone who has built this model kit, those wings are a nightmare, but they're beautiful. And the idea that you can encase it and cocoon it in the wings is cool and weird in a way that I really appreciate. So I'm actually legitimately torn. This is the one where I'm like, I don't know. Is it the fact that it transformed? Does that keep it from being S tier? But it's the Wing Zero, and it still has cool weaponry, and it's S tier. It's still S tier. The wing is still that, like in that shot, that beautiful shot of the wings opening. What am I doing? It's S tier. And then we have what might be my second or third favorite mobile suit, depending on the day. This is so redeeming. It is unbelievably redeeming that this Altron, I'm actually looking this up because I can't remember. Yeah, it's the Altron or Nautiku, or Ultron, depending on the source material you're seeing. Forget that shoulder shield. Forget that trident. We don't need any of that shit. Double arms and make it look like a Chinese dragon instead of the Japanese dragon that you've gotten with the Shenlong and the Ultron. Yeah, the Nautiku. It is from Neo China. He is Chinese. Make it look like a luck dragon or a I believe that do not quote me that this green color is indicative of that. But it also just feels old. It feels like the first one that they then iterated on. I love it. I miss the teal a little bit, but not that much. Not that much. Uh, it's a beautiful Gundam, uh, and I'm happy to have it in been able to build it, even if it was a high grade. Um, so I'm gonna look this over because I could be wrong. Sandrocket B, yeah. Wing. Look, Wing could drop down to A depending on my mood, but I love the double arms. I love so much about the. I had to look it up. The the alt or the Ultron custom, depending, as I said. That's beautiful. Death Scythe just looks fucking rad as hell. Talgis 3 is elegant and wonderful. These are all S tiers. This is the list. This is my definitive ranking. You may think differently. Leave me a note in the comments. Or hey, if you would you like me next week to do continue this Gundam Wing and make this like a Gundam Wing run? Should I go and look at all of the suits and their upgrades, the hell and well, I guess the Ultron and look at those upgrades there, the ones that are remarkable, and then also look at like the Wing and the Zero and Epion and Tall Geese too. Should I do that next, or should I do something completely different? Is it time for food? Should we go back to food? Should I rank music? I said I'd rank music. I've never done that. Um, Let me know in the comments below what you would like to see me rank. And if you have seen a list on Tier Maker you think I should tackle, feel free to link that as well. Thanks so much for watching. These are very fun and silly for me to do, and particularly at this point in what's going on out there, like being able to talk nonsense about anime and stuff is fun. So I hope you enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed doing it, and I'll see you on the next Baring the List. Bye bye.